Today we are attempting to hike the two peaks of Bigelow Mountain, West Peak, the high point, and Avery Peak. If successful, this will be number 63 and 64 on the New England 4,000 footers list for me. Starting out our hike, walking the currently unmaintained for the winter Stratton Brook Pond Road. About 1.5 miles to the summer trailhead, give or take. Let's see. Anyway, if I see something interesting, I'll point it out to you. Passing by a neat little pond right here. So far, Stratton Brook Pond Road, so far, is mostly devoid of snow. That said, I wouldn't attempt driving it, at least in my car, because the beginning of it is quite icy, and I don't know how the portion from here to the Fire Wardens Trail parking area is. Better safe than sorry. I've already gotten stuck on this road once. I ain't repeating my mistake. Alright, the Appalachian Trail heads that way toward the western end of the Bigelow Range near Cranberry Mountain, as dictated by that white blaze. You want to stay this way though, to the Fire Wardens Trail. Anyway, onward we go. Come to a fork in the road. Splits this way and this way. We want to go this way though, as dictated by that sign. Sorry, darn sign. Little map of Bigelow Mountain. But I got my own AMC map. So we want to go this way. What? Wonder if over here is where you park and then walk from here. Wait, what's this? Let's see, that is a blaze, a blue blaze to be exact, which means AT side trail. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the summer trailhead right there. So, now if my logic is correct, we should be heading toward a bridge over some river that formerly did not have that bridge. Anyway, if something interesting comes up, I'll show it to you. Otherwise, I'll meet you at the bridge. This is a new bridge that me and some of you might have heard about in the forums. Right over a brook flowing into or out of Stratton Brook Pond. It's completely crystal clear day and excellent views over toward Little Bigelow and over toward the granddaddy of this area, Sugarloaf. I'm gonna cross this thing and then I'll meet you farther up the trail. Got a campsite here. Authorized campsite. Nice. Let's see. Got a sign up here. To Bigelow Trails, Maine Appalachian Trail Conservancy. So, yep, we want to go this way. And yeah, I ended up switching to Hillsound trail crampons because the trails were pretty icy. Don't know if they still will be, but I'm gonna keep them on for the time being and hope they don't slip off my feet like they do sometimes. Anyway, oh wow. The Bigelows. Nice. Anyway, onward, how we go. Alright, this looks promising. Let's see. Junction with the Horns Pond Trail, 1.4. Junction with the Appalachian Trail and the Bigelow Call, 3.7. So we got 3.7 until the Bigelow Call. Nice. Our first objective of the day, though, is the start of the Horns Pond Trail. Now, I'll meet you on the way over there. Alright, now we're doing some climbing. About time we've traveled about a mile, give or take. Got to definitely over a mile. And we had a net vertical gain of practically 0. The ups and downs almost cancel each other out. I heard the upper part of the Fire Wardens Trail is quite steep. See if that holds true. Got a neat little rocky section here Kind of reminds you of a Tuckaway State Park in southeastern New Hampshire. But so as I don't want this to be. This is going to be a game of taking off the micro spikes, bare booting, putting on the crampons, taking them off, rinse and repeat. But whatever. On a day like this, the summit result will be so worth it. Alright, now we have some more widespread snow cover. Switched to the micro spikes earlier on, because there wasn't enough snow or ice for the hail sounds. But I think I'm going to keep the spikes on for the time being. Neat little bog bridge here. Nice. Alright, awesome. Reached a junction with the Horns Pond Trail. So the Appalachian Trail and the Horns Pond lean-tos, and then ultimately south of North Horn. South Horn is on the 100 highest, but not today. 2.3 miles to the Bigelows call on the Fire Wardens Trail. So we want to stay this way. So far, not a whole lot of climbing, but believe me, that'll change. Oh yeah. It's gonna get quite steep from what I've heard going up to the call later on. Just have to wait and see. Another neat little brook crossing with some partially frozen cascades. Nice. Seems to be a lot of brook crossings on this trail, both big and small. We got a derelict bog bridge. Whatever. Anyway, onward to the call we go. Alright, the trail just got noticeably more steep. Is this the beginning of the steep final approach to the call? Let's find out. Anyway, I'll meet you farther up this thing. Alright, we've reached the junction with a path to a privy. So, let's see. That one over there. So if you need to make a pit stop, by all means. Let's see. This is the Moose Falls campsite. And the Avery Memorial campsite is a mile this way. And the woods are transitioning. Yay. These are the kind of woods I like in a hike. Nice, sprucey, high elevation. Anyway, I'll meet you farther up the Fire Wardens Trail. Alright. We got some steeps coming up. Awesome. Good elevation gain boost. So far, micro spikes are doing the job. But I got the Hill Sound crampons on standby. Hopefully I don't need them. If I do, oh well. Anyway, to the Bigelows call we go. That right there is Avery Peak. One of two main objectives for the day. Yeah, looks even better in person. Glimpse of West Peak over there. Man, I can't wait to get to the top of this thing. Supposedly the winds aren't going to be that bad either, so could probably hopefully eat right in the open. All right, we are going up, even more so than before. This means we should be getting close to the Bigelows call between West Peak and Avery Peak. If something interesting happens, I'll show it to you. Otherwise, I'll catch you at the call. Yep, I'd say we hit the steep approach to the call. It's steeper than it looks on camera, believe me. So, I've been doing just fine on micro spikes, but going down I might have to switch to hill sounds just so I don't wipe out. But going up, I should hopefully be fine in micro spikes. We'll soon find out. Just climbed what's the gnarliest section of the trail thus far. Don't know how the trail's going to the peaks will be from the call, but so far, just down there was pretty bad actually. Thank goodness I brought the Hill Sound crampons. They may slip off my feet from time to time, but they grip like awesomely. Anyway, to the call we go. Alright, the trail is mellowed out significantly. So the steep stuff's over, at least for now. That steep section on the Fire Wardens Trail It was about as steep as I thought it would be. It was pretty grippy for the most part, but there are a couple more sketchy sections. Nevertheless, more in hill sounds on the way down. Let's see. We should be getting close to the call. So when nothing interesting comes up, I'll meet you at the call. Holy cow, we're in for a good day today. Look at Avery Peak. It looks like something out of the presidential range. Anyway, down this way we go. Man, I can't wait to bat number 63 and 64. Reach the junction with the Appalachian Trail. Avery Peak is 0.4 that way, and West Peak is 0.3 this way. We're gonna hit up West Peak first. West Peak will be, as anticipated, number 63 on the New England 4Ks. Can we do it? Can we summit number 63? Let's find out. On a notably flat section of the trail to Bigelows West. Oh man, boy, does this level walking feel good. After climbing that beast of a section of the trail known as the Fire Warden's Trail. Anyway, it's only 0.3 from the junction of the call to the summit of West Peak. So something interesting happens, I'll show it to you. Otherwise, I'll meet you at the top. Oh my gosh. Look at this view. It's incredible. We're not even at the summit of West Peak yet. Gotta go up that way. Give you a full guide once we get to the top. But just look at it. This is like the best day possible for this mountain. Oh yeah. Another thing of note. Don't know if you can see it, but you can see Mount Katahdin from here. Clear as crystal. Get a picture from the top. Flagstaff Lake, and of course Avery Peak, our next objective. First we gotta get here, then we're gonna rest a little bit, and then we're gonna head for number 64. Anyway, if nothing interesting comes up, I'll meet you on the top of my 63rd New England 4,000 footer. Folks, we've done it. Welcome to the summit of Bigelows Mountain West Peak. Elevation is 4,150 feet, located in the Bigelows range of the Maine High Peaks area. This is number 63 on the New England 67 4,000 footers list for me. That little nub over there, Avery Peak, will be number 64 eventually. But the view is incredible, probably without a doubt one of the best views from any of the 4Ks around here I've ever seen, if not the best. Granted, I didn't have that good of a view on Sugarloaf because of the clouds, but this is the best one I've ever seen. Let's see. Let's pan around. Summit. Over there, I don't know if you can see, is Mount Katahdin. That's number 56 for me on the New England 67. Scanning around over Flagstaff Lake. Not sure what the mountains are out over there. That area of the state or province is kind of rusty to me. Why I say province, you can clearly see in Quebec. We're not that far from it actually. Just all around awesome views. I think over there, South Fork and North Fork, we're skipping those for another day. If I ever decided to do the 100 highest, which I have no plans of doing right now. Back over to Crocker Mountain, South Crocker, Sugarloaf, Mount Washington over there, the highest point in New Hampshire. Wait, let's go over to this little nub over here. Bag all possible high points. Yeah, this is going to be a long video. There's just so much to see. It's an incredible view. Even better than, dare I say, Bond Cliff last week. Of course, the AT drops steeply over there, falls the ridge over to the Horns. Sweet. Alright. I'm gonna take a breather here and then I'll head over to Avery Peak to bad number 64 and take my summit lunch break. I'll leave you the picture montage from here and I'll meet you on the way to Avery Peak. We're back at the junction with the Fire Warden Trail, going that way, but we want to go to Avery Peak. Why? Because we can, and because it'll be number 64 on the New England 67. Assuming we make it, but we made it to West Peak, so there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to make it to Avery Peak. Anyway, I'll meet you on the way to it. Alright, it kind of seems like we're skirting around the edge of Avery Peak. For good reason, I think, too. The extreme western end of it, pointing right towards West Peak, is pretty rugged from what I saw. This is a little bit longer approach in the call than that of West Peak, but hopefully it should be a little more mellow. We'll find out soon enough. Please stay on the trail to protect the fragile alpine plants. Really, especially in summer. Please stay on the trail, because while these plants can take a beating from the weather, all it takes is a human footstep for them to die off. So as a personal plea, please and thank you. Anyway, sure, we're getting close to Avery Peak. 0.4 miles, may seem like a while after all this climbing, not that far. So, assuming nothing interesting happens, I'll meet you on the top of my 64th New England 4,000 footer. By George, we've done it again. Welcome to the summit of Bigelows Mountain's Avery Peak. Not sure about the height because the sign is gone. Don't know whether it was taken down or stolen, but whatever. All I do know is that I think it's a little lower than West Peak, because West Peak is on the 50 finest and this isn't. This is number 64 on the New England 67 4,000 footers list. Views are pretty much one and the same, except from a slightly different reference point. Let's do a pan around. Oh yeah, that little stone foundation you're wondering? There's a reason why the trail we took up the ridge is called the Fire Warden's Trail. Because I believe Avery Peak used to be the site of a fire tower. It's not rocket science. Anyway, let's go over here and check out the tower. Or what's left of it anyway. Yep, gonna be a long video. Might have to split it into parts, but just bear with me here. It's a beautiful day and there's a lot to see. Yeah, that's a fire tower foundation, all right. Wow. Just can't get over what a beautiful day it is to hike these two peaks with the 67. I've had a streak of cloudy days on high peaks like this one, and people on the forums kind of chuckle at it, but I certainly proved them wrong today. Pretty much not a cloud in the sky. Love it. Anyway, gonna leave you with a photo montage, and I'm gonna take my real summit break to gear up for the interesting descent that's gonna be the Fire Warden's Trail. I'll meet you back at the trailhead as soon as anything interesting comes up. Thought I'd take care of some unfinished business before I check out. I just cannot climb this mountain without going into the old fire tower base. Kind of reminds you of the one on Mount Garfield in New Hampshire. Some of the steel bars left. Other than that, all that's left is the foundation. Nice. Anyway, assuming nothing interesting comes up, I'll meet you back at the trailhead off Stratton Brook Pond Road. We're back at the winter trailhead off Stratton Brook Pond Road near the town of Eustis. This car's gonna feel so good. That was a decent little butt kicker of a hike. I think it's a good 14-15 miles round trip. Well, especially considering the road walk. Without the road walk, it would probably be a little less than 12. Trail conditions weren't bad actually. A lot of dry ground down low. More widespread snow up high. So probably like 2 to 3 feet in places up in the ridge. But the summits, man. This is probably one of the best hikes I've ever done for the New England 67. Both summits were above tree line. 360-degree views. No wind, no clouds, clear skies, views for miles. I have to say today was a complete success. 100% bar none without a doubt. Yeah! 63 and 64 in the New England 67 down. Means I got 3 left. Spalding Mountain, which is kind of across the street near Sugarloaf, and Hamlin Peak and North Butter, which are both in Baxter State Park. Can't wait to have my 67 celebratory victory meal and brew. Not for a while though. So, like I said, round trip distance was about 14-15 miles. Not sure about the vertical gain. Probably around 3,000, give or take. As always, a list of true number in the credits. So from the lot on Stratton Brook Pond Road in the Bigelows, see you on my next adventure.